Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Sharday, but if you know me on the internet, you know me as Sharday Z, and today we will be talking all about my business. I get so many questions, and it's funny because I'm like, why are y'all asking me? I just launched 2 months ago, but obviously I am doing well, and I don't know, people are just curious, so I decided to make this video. I decided also to make this a mukbang, but I'm eating ramen noodles, and I was like, do people eat noodles in mukbangs? I don't know, but I'm doing it. This top is, I'm actually about to put this on my website. It's one of those, it's like a set, so that, but I didn't want to just be full on, like basically naked on this video, so I put something over it. But if you're interested in knowing about my business, how I got started, and pretty much everything, keep watching. This is my website. This is what it looks like here, and I added a blog area because that's really how I got started. I started blogging in, I think, 2016, and then I stopped, and then when I just relaunched my website again 2 months ago, or I stopped in 2018. So when I relaunched my website again in 2 months ago, I knew that I wanted to have a blog. These are hot. Anyways, I knew I wanted to have a blog section on there. So I added that in. I do blogs about skincare. So sometimes when I post on YouTube, I'll also post on my website. But I do blogs about skincare, lifestyle sort of things, travel, books I'm reading, stuff like that. So I have a blog page or area, then I have my Instagram at the bottom, then I have my YouTube videos right here, and then just a contact and subscribe form. So if you click the side, you can see home, shop, blog, about. When you click shop, it takes you to the product page. This Kiara crop is my favorite. You should go buy it. Super cute. And so that is my product page. And then you go to my blog page, obviously, and you can see all my blog posts. And that just extends down until when I first started it. And you guys, you can see somebody from Belgium is on my website. And then you go to my about page, which is just obviously getting to know me. So yeah, that is my website. Why I got started, it's funny because obviously I've had my I started my blog back in 2016, but I did have a shop section. And it's funny because I went to college for fashion merchandising and journalism, but it never, I've seen so many people start online boutiques, and it never was like, hey, you should start one. Like, I don't know why. I just never even considered it, never crossed my mind. And then I would say like mid to late 2019, I'm like, what? Why am I not doing this? This is like, all I do is take pictures. Like, literally just take pictures, get dressed, take pictures, make my little brother take pictures of me. And people always ask me what I'm wearing, where it's from. So why wouldn't I start a online store so that people can just buy the stuff that I wear? Like, it was such an aha moment that I'm like, why didn't I think about this any other time? But I will say, I feel like had I thought about it any time sooner, it wouldn't have went as well as I wanted to. Because I'll insert a clip up here, but I remember when I had my blog, I was gonna sell like merch. Completely dropped the ball with that. So I'm like, the fact that I dropped the ball with that, I know I would have dropped the ball with like a full-on store. And there are still some things where I'm like, damn, I really fucked that up. And you know, you live and you learn, of course. I'm better now. But I'm happy that the timing of everything is how it is. Like, yeah, there are sometimes I'm like, damn, I could have started this years and years and years and years ago, and been way further along on my journey, but then I consider I wouldn't be ready for it. So that's why. How? So first thing was first. It's crazy. I didn't even start making a website. I just found vendors and bought product. Like, that was the first thing that I did. So I think I had like, I think I bought like 100. I'm about to look. I think that I spent 100 and I don't even think I can find it now that I'm thinking about it. But anyways, I think that I spent like, I would say $150 on product. And I'll show you guys what I started out with. I'll have to insert pictures. But I started off with that. Got it. Was super impressed because I'm like, I don't even know I don't even know how. Actually, I just researched vendors and then I ended up buying a vendor list. People sell those. So I had ended up buying a vendor list, and from there I've just found so many vendors. But I have got the vendor list and found this website, and I'm like, I don't even know if this is legit, to be quite honest, because you just never know. But got that. I sat on product for months because I bought the product probably like March, and I planned to launch on my birthday, which is June 3rd. But due to the coronavirus, I launched like May 22nd. It was only a week early. But so I stopped working, I want to say like maybe April 1st, if not sooner than that. And in that time, I'm like, well, first of all, I have all this time, then I need to fill the space with something. So then I started making my website. How did I make my website? Another question people ask me. I use Wix. I've made websites before. I make websites for people, so it's not hard for me. And it might not be hard. I always, like, sometimes, like, when my friends will ask me, I'm like, yes, you can pay me to do it, absolutely, but just go on there, play around, and see if you can figure it out. Because, not that I don't want to make money, but there is an easy option to make a website, and the people always like, no, I'll just pay you. So people pay me all the time to make websites, but I made my website via Wix, and I don't know, Wix is good. I used to have Squarespace, but I think Wix always has 50% off. Like, every once in a while they have 50% off, so I'm like, I'm gonna just transfer this over, use Wix, it's cheaper. And they have like an app that I can use, and Squarespace just got an app, but their app isn't nearly as progressive as Wix app. So I love Wix. If you can use it, definitely. I mean, I know a lot of people use Shopify. I don't know why I didn't use Shopify. I just use Wix for some reason. How do I find vendors? Research. So many people ask me this question, and I'm like, did you even look on the internet, or are you just asking me this question? I think that's the thing that annoys me the most. I feel like people always ask me stuff without even like trying to find answers for themselves. So I researched like the Kiara crop that I showed y'all. I saw somebody else I saw two people that I like and follow. They had it in their boutique. I'm like, I gotta find this. I spent 3 days looking for this top. Finally found it, but I'm like, you just have to research and you'll find it. That's not to say that I'm not a person that doesn't give out information. I absolutely do, but I'm like, at least try. Like, I have a friend named Kyra. She does very well in her boutique, and I wouldn't say she's a mentor, but it's kind of like that because she is doing so well and she sees me starting and she likes to give me advice, and I thoroughly enjoy it. But I never come to her like, hey, what vendors do you use, or any of that stuff, because I'm like, I at least try. Like, at least try to find some stuff to me before you start asking me, especially because there's so much free information on the internet. Look for it. Anyways, next thing, how do I ship? I use USPS, yes. I use USPS flat rate. shipping. It's like $7.15, I think. When I do it through Wix, it's $7.15, and I can just use the platform to do it. But if you don't have Wix, you just ship flat rate and you get, let me grab this, get one of these, put the label on there. I put a poly mailer inside of here and you ship it off. And I do that because it's a consistent price. I can track it. I don't really have to worry about anything happening to the package because it's a package inside of the little cardboard. So I don't think it is. Y'all know USPS is having all these issues lately. So I don't know. I feel like I don't have that many issues with USPS, but it sometimes takes longer. Like one time when I was living in Michigan, I sent my friend something. She lives in Ypsilanti, so that's like, I would say 2.5 hours away, and it took like a week to get to her when it said 2 days. So that, it just elongated the process, but I still use it. I hope that not they get it together, because I know it's the government's fault, but I hope that the governments get it together for USPS, so that small businesses can function and be able to get their orders out, because obviously FedEx is expensive. UPS is, I said something, UPS, I had to send it back to the vendor, and maybe it was the weight, I don't know, but it was $25. I'm like, what the hell? How do I set goals for myself on my website? I set goals by previous month. First month, I honestly did make a goal for myself. I did not. And then talking to Kyra, she was like, you need to make goals for yourself. I'm like, you're absolutely right. So I did super well my first month of business. And then the second month of business was right before I moved. So I made this big goal, but I didn't have enough merchandise to even think about making that number. So now I'm back to the original goal that I have. My goal every month is to do $5,000. Like, that is my goal. So that's like $161 a day. No, I don't get orders every day, but obviously if you say I have a $300 day, well, that'll take care of 2 days. So if I miss the day of not having orders, that kind of takes care of it. And I do put pressure on myself. I was talking to Kyra, I'm like, bro, I'm overwhelmed. She's like, you just moved, relax. I'm like, you're right. But I just know that I can grow. I know that I can be big like all these other girls that I admire and follow. So that's always what I'm working towards. I genuinely am passionate about it. I know that a lot of people are doing a lot of things right now just because they see somebody else doing it, or it's a quick come up, and that's fine. Get your money, of course, but you have to be passionate to do a lot of, like, even say a candle business. You have to be passionate about this business, because at some point, not saying the money will slow up, but at some point it's going to take more than just a quick come up to for you to keep doing this, because it is a lot of work. It is a lot of figuring things out if you've never owned a business. It is a lot of, like, really putting yourself out there. Like, I post about my business all the time. My friends tell me, like, bro, I see your shit all the time. I'm like, I know you do, because I have to post like that. Otherwise, how are people going to see me? I have an ad running, and that's another thing. You really have to invest in your business, whether it's ads, whether it's I just bought hang tags, business cards, postcards to go in the package. So you really have to invest, and you have to be passionate about it. And I think that's the end of my little rant. So thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, please check out my website. It is shardazy.com, which is right here, and it's also in the description box. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.